Okay, people, how you doing? I'm back for another part two of the Islamic beast from my perspective, my interpretation, my view of reading the scriptures and what I think about it. Now, this interpretation is not in private interpretation or old interpretation. It follows like John Calvinist and Martin, some of the other early church fathers also believe that, as you heard in the first video, part one, that Islam was the system of the beast. And I'm proving you, if we all know today, this part I'm not going to be long at all. I'm just going to show you simple facts, history, and simple facts of. We read Ezekiel 38 and 39. We all know it's talking about the battle of Gog and Magog. And you people want to say, well, it has nothing to do with Islam. Well, we will refute that, and you cannot deny it. Now, let me show you. Let me begin. Now, in the scriptures, it says Gog and Magog and all the band with it. It says Libya will come along with them. See, according to Google, Libya. See, they an Islamic nation. Now, this is according to Google today. Let's go to something else. It says Ethiopia. Look, Wikipedia, Islam in Ethiopia. Islam is the second largest religion in Ethiopia. Over 30% practice it. Okay. See, let's go to something else. It says Persia. We'll go to Persia. See this? Iran. Iran, also known as Persia. Officially the Islamic Republic of Iran. Is, see, what else it says? Now the Bible clearly says, if you look at a map, let's look at a map. It says Gog and Magog, Tagoma. Look at this. This map, this is an old map. It says you can pull up yourself and do your own research and look at it good. 1874 map. It says Gomer, Tagoma, Magog, Meshech, Tubal in these certain areas. Now look at that right there. You see Mediterranean Sea. Now all of these cities right there, whatever you want to call them, they're in where Turkey is at today. Now Turkey was the capital of the old Ottoman Empire. Turkey is Islamic today. And Magog, people have some kind of theory that Magog may be some parts of lower Russia, not the whole Russia, but lower Russia. As you can see it right there, but Gomer, Tagoma, Meshech, Tubal. That whole area is Islamic. That's Turkey, including Magog. Okay, Turkey. If you know about anything about Islamic, what's going on the news today in Islamic times. See, it's another map. Well, what God named in Ezekiel 38, they go Persia. We know it's Iran. And all that up in there is in Turkey. That's not America. That's not China. That's not Rome. Now, the Islamic, people may say that is Rome. No, it's not Rome. See, look. This is it. It says Libya with them. And that's Turkey area. That's Iran. That's Israel right there in the middle, by the Mediterranean Sea right there in the middle. We go to another map. I go to another map. Libya. And it said Ethiopia. See Ethiopia right there? See it? Ethiopia. This country, this nation right there, Libya, Ethiopia, Iran, all of Turkey, and a little bit, maybe a little bit above Turkey in the Magog, the Magog area, but it's all connected. It's not America, it's not over there in the Vatican City. As I'm showing you, all these nations are Islamic. Now, who's the president of Turkey? This man's trying to be a dictator. See that guy? In Islamic eschatology, they believe they're supposed to claim Jerusalem for their capital of their nation. They had an Islamic Ottoman Empire. After the Roman Empire fell, an Ottoman Empire was there, an Islamic Empire. If you do some research about it, Ottoman Empire. The capital used to be Turkey. It used to be Constantinople, but Turkey claimed it. The Arabs claimed it, and now it's Turkey. And they had took a dead room by World War I, and now they're restoring. This man is talking about, see, he's partnering up with Russia. But it's mainly Turkey, and he's getting a little help from Russia. And that guy. See, as you see the crescent moon symbol and the star, that's Islam. But that symbol didn't just start in Islam. That's the Baal worship symbol. It's been out ever since Egypt and Assyria and the Tower of Babel and Babylon and Persia and Greece and Rome. They've been using those same symbols. Still Baal worship under different names. Now the Bible says that every nation in the scripture that didn't worship Yahweh God worship Baal. Let's see, can we find something else on this map? We using the map. They go Libya. Look at this. Libya, Ethiopia, Iran, Turkey. Okay. And then we got God destroyed some stuff in Saudi Arabia. Timan and Dedan, if you read in, as you heard in my first video, that's in Arabia. Okay. Now, how you say, how can you be so sure? Well, the Ottoman Empire was an empire ruled back then. Now, this is a picture of Jerusalem. The Ottoman Empire came after the Roman Empire, and they added their little touch of construction to Jerusalem. Now, you see this. This is Jerusalem. Now, we know that the temple was destroyed, but after the temple was destroyed, you'll see the move the kingdom of heaven, where the Islamic people is fighting the Roman people, the Catholic people. In the Crusades, they always fought. They were basically fighting over this right here. You see all those domes on top of their buildings? That was known in the Ottoman Empire. This city was made with a dome. You can find this same construction in Turkey. The city, I'm gonna pull up a picture of Turkey. See that golden dome? That's called the Dome of the Rock. Now that is not supposed to be in Jerusalem. The Islamic Empire built that there. That is a mosque, a worship house for Allah, the God that they serve. In the middle of Jerusalem, where the temple, Solomon's temple used to be. Where God's temple used to be. They came and put their temple there. And it's blasphemous. It says there's no God, but written on that thing is there's no God but Allah. Muhammad is his messenger, and God can have no son. That is blasphemous. Now, this is solid fact and proof, people. You cannot say Islam has nothing to do with it. They are the main people. You look what they did to Jerusalem, man. Look what they did to Jerusalem. I will show you more pictures. You will not sit in your house and say, oh, it had nothing to do with Islam. Look at this. See those buildings with those domes on top of it there? That is Jerusalem, man. That building is not supposed to be there. The Arabs came, the Islamic Empire, Ottoman Empire, which is Islamic, built that there after they took over the Roman Empire and took over all the Middle East and some parts of the West where the Vatican is. They built this here. After the temple was destroyed, they built that there. Their temple. Okay?
Islam put that there. You cannot sit up there and say, "Oh, Islam had nothing to do with it." If you try to make a war and go take it from them and shut it down, they will chop your head off, just like in the scriptures say it. They will be beheaded, just like you see ISIS them cutting people's heads off. Now in their eschatology, they're gonna have a great war and come try to reclaim Jerusalem, and that's the same thing in Ezekiel 38 and 39, chapter 38 and chapter 39. See, that's in Jerusalem. That building there. Now let me go back up here. Ethiopia is down in that same region. It said Ethiopia. Now let's go to pull up Turkey, a map of Turkey, and let's see how the city of Turkey, and see how their buildings are constructed. Let's see how they built their buildings, and is it anything related to the way that these buildings are built here in Jerusalem? Turkey. Let's go to Turkey. The city of Turkey. No, not Turkey. Come on. Now see, this is the city of Turkey. Hold on, my computer trying to load up. Do you see that? That is Turkey. It says Istanbul, the largest city in Turkey and one of the most visited tourist destination around the world. See how their buildings are? Got all those domes on top of it. See? And that is clearly connected to Jerusalem. How they took over and put all their stuff in Turkey. That's another picture. They put all their stuff in they built their stuff in Jerusalem. See, this is proof and evidence that yes, proof and evidence, yes, Islam is the beast. Clearly you can see. They were the last empire, the beast. It cannot be revived. Roman Empire or America. They were the last empire. The empire, look. A kingdom cannot be an empire just in one Vatican City or papacy. It has to cover all around the Mediterranean Sea, from Egypt to Turkey to Iran and Iraq, and then the parts, some of the little parts over here in the west where Greece at. But back then, there were all the old empires in the scriptures: Assyria, Persia, in Daniel's time, and Egypt and Babylon. That's what they covered, including Greece with Alexander the Great. Now after Rome fell, Rome did fall. The western part fell. And then Constantine, there was the emperor then moved his capital to the east. Constantinople and the Byzantine Empire, that's what he named it, but it was still known as the Roman Empire. And then the Arabs took it over. Okay. When they started the Ottoman Empire, research it. And they built everything like this. They built Jerusalem like that. The temple was gone, they put their building there. Now in Ezekiel 38, you can see, we clearly see these names. I clearly showed you today they are Islamic, modern day Baal worship. Now you cannot say it's not Islam. Islam is not a beast. The beast. They're not. You can't say they not the beast. You can read in Revelations 17. You cannot even say it might be some new kingdom. No. Read Revelation 17. It said the seventh kingdom after the one is and the other has not yet come. He was talking about the mountains represent kingdoms in the scriptures. Okay. The one is was the Roman Empire. The other will not yet come later after the Roman Empire. We just talked about the Ottoman Empire came. They fell, took a deadly wound by World War I, which put a halt to them. Now they're trying to revive. It said the seventh gonna come back as an eighth. So it's gonna be the same Islamic Empire. They're gonna go try, according to President Erdogan of Turkey, he think he the leader who's gonna unite all the Islamic nations together, like you heard in Ezekiel 38, and go down and take Jerusalem. If they want that, where they put that golden building there in Jerusalem to be their capital. They want to rule all the Middle East from there and kill all the Christians and Jews. That's in that eschatology. It's in that book. You cannot say it's not Islam when it's direct parallels and the opposite to each other. Okay? I have given you proof. You cannot say it's not Islam. The beast is not Islam. When clearly it is. They're the only ones that's there today. On the temple where the temple used to be. And all these nations that is mentioned in the Bible by name. Clearly you can see that it's Islamic. I just showed you. You cannot say that it's not Islamic. You must be deliberately blind to say that it's not Islamic. I just showed you. Okay. Now the temple, just in case you might be a little bit confused, you might say, "Oh, that building is not that had nothing to do with Islam. The dome on the rock, it ain't Islam. You just making that up." Well, you see those domes, they were built like that in Turkey. But just in case you still trying to refute to my way, the dome of the rock, Islam didn't build that there. Let's see. Simple research, man. The Bible says use wisdom. Dome of the rock. It's Google. The Dome of the Rock is an Islamic shire located on the Temple Mount in the old city of Jerusalem. It was initially completed in, oh, look at that. So it's been there for a long time. 691 CE at the order of, look at that, the Caliph. Look at that Islamic name. I don't want to try to pronounce it and mess it up. It was built on the site of second Jewish temple destroyed during the Roman siege of Jerusalem. Okay. Okay. Now it did not say, that's not saying the Romans built that there. It said when the Romans came and took over, like Jesus said, they destroyed that temple. I mean, the Romans, they sieged Jerusalem, they destroyed that temple. That was after Jesus' days. He said, and if you read, say those stones would be falling to the ground. The Rome and Empire, before they fell, they came and destroyed the temple. Now, when the Ottoman Empire came, they put that there. The Islamic Empire. Ottoman Empire came after the Roman Empire. They were the last empires. They built that there. In the place of Solomon's temple, in the place of God's holy temple, they put their temple there to worship Allah. So yes, they are Islamic. They were the last kingdom to rule the Middle East, and they're going to be the next one. They're coming back. The beast will have took a deadly wound. It will be healed. And all those nations will gather together. Like you read in Ezekiel 38, we're going to read it again. I read it before, but I'm going to read it again. And I'm going to show you. It's naming all these nations. I just went over in this video, and I'm going to just end it right here. Okay? Maybe I might do a part 3, but maybe I just might leave it right here. Okay? I might do a part 3 a little bit later. But now, we're going to go to Ezekiel 38 and read it again. Just to put it back in your head and remind you of the stuff. I just showed you the name that is naming. I showed you. See, let me take you to one more place before I go to that. You might say, oh, the Roman Empire didn't fall. Let's see. According to simple research. Oh, the Roman Empire didn't fall. Oh, let's see. Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire, also historically known in the Western Europe as the Turkish Empire or simply Turkey, was a state that controlled much of the Southeast Europe. Okay, they controlled Europe, Western Asia, and North Africa, which is in the Middle East over there, between the 14th and early 20th century. Istanbul, Constantinople. Okay. Now let's go into this. Let's put up a map of the Ottoman Empire. Pull up a map. So you can't say, see, look at this. All the land they control, that is clearly after the Roman Empire. Let's go. Look at this. Ottoman Empire. All that land is green. That's what they ruled. Look at the date. That is after the Roman Empire. Okay. Ottoman Empire. Now World War One took it over and put the deadly wound to the Ottoman Empire and divided it up into British nations. Right, like right here. Those are the same nations. But as we can see today, now they're Islamic. And it's coming back. They're healing from the deadly wound. Ottoman Empire or map. I'm showing you that yes, they did take over after the Roman Empire fell. Ottoman Empire, see? See that? Ottoman Empire, look at the year. See all the red? That's all the area they control over there. They took over after the Roman Empire. Okay. Just to show you. Now they're coming back today to try to reclaim Jerusalem, where they built their mosque at, where the temple used to be. They built their temple. And clearly you cannot say the beast is not Islamic. They were the last empire before the World War One divided them up and gave them a deadly wound. Before the British nations gave them a deadly wound. But they'll be revived. Same empire. They built that Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem. Okay? This is proof and evidence. All right, Antonio. Good talking to you. You may catch me on a part 3. Okay. Be blessed. Wait a minute. I'm not done. I'm sorry about that. I must read Ezekiel 30. I told y'all I was going to read it to refresh your memory. Okay.
John 14.
Hold
Do
on.
not let your hearts be troubled.
Don't let your heart be
You
troubled.
believe in God.
Chapter 14. Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe.
John 14. Let not your heart be troubled.
Don't let your heart be
You
troubled.
believe in God. Believe also in me.
Jesus Christ. You sure?
In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. The book of the prophet Ezekiel.
Now,
Ezekiel 38. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal.
now listen. Just in case you might try to say, oh, it's British. No, it's not the British. They don't want to put the deadly wound to the Ottoman Empire. But over there in Turkey, which is Islamic, they're going to lead all these Islamic nations that you're about to hear back to Jerusalem to try to reclaim the land. Turkey is Islamic, and clearly it's pointing to Gog and Magog, not Britain. Which we know Gog and Magog off the map is over the area where Turkey is. Now he's going to bring in Islamic nations as a partner with them.
And I will turn thee back, and put hooks into thy jaws, And I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Goma and all his bands, the house of Tagarma, of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared.
Now you can just go read the rest of the Ezekiel 38 yourself. Okay. I showed you on the map where all these nations at, and they're Islamic. Persia, that's Iran today. Ethiopia and Libya. Okay, they're Islamic. The majority of those countries are Islamic. Turkey is Islamic. The same people that ruled the Ottoman Empire after the Roman Empire. They built the Dome of the Rock on the temple, where the temple used to be at. They're Islamic. Islamic. How you gonna say it's not Islamic? That don't make no sense if you read the Bible and look at what's going on today. Unless you believe 100 years from now, some other kingdom gonna rise, but no. Revelation 17 said one of the same king empire, the 7th one, gonna come back to be the 8th and go into destruction. That last empire that was the Ottoman Islamic Empire. It's gonna try to take over again. As they took the dead wound by the British nations in World War One, now they're gonna try to come back. The Bible said they're gonna come back and be healed and take back over the Ottoman Empire. Okay, I'm out.